Time to add some more Spanish verbs to your toolkit. In this video, you'll learn 27 of the most common Spanish ER verbs. ¡Vámonos! There are a lot of verbs in Spanish, over 37,000, but don't let that overwhelm you. You can make great progress in conversational Spanish by learning just a handful of verbs, like the ER verbs we'll learn today. Remember, if you want to learn how to speak Spanish, make sure to check out BaseLang.com, where you can get access to unlimited one-on-one Spanish classes with native-speaking teachers via Zoom. Now, as you've probably figured out by now, ER verbs are Spanish verbs that end in ER. Before we learn the ER verbs, we need to understand how to conjugate them. Let's cover how to conjugate ER verbs in the simple present tense. We'll use the example comer, to eat. In the table, you can see how comer, which is a regular ER verb, that means to eat, is conjugated in the simple present tense. For each personal pronoun, you have a different conjugation and ER ending. For example, I eat is yo como, with the ending o. Tú uses es for comes. He, she, and formal you use the e ending. We, nosotros, uses the hemos ending, and the plural you, ustedes, as well as they, ellos, both use en. Learn this conjugation and you'll be well on your way to simple conversational Spanish. Now, let's look at the most common ER verbs in Spanish. Ready? We're going to start with some regular verbs. First up, one we've already covered, to eat, or comer. You eat cereal every morning. Usted come cereal todas las mañanas. Our second word, to drink, beber. For example, they drink orange juice at breakfast. Ellos beben jugo de naranja en el desayuno. Número 3, to run or correr. Carlos runs 5 kilometers every day. Carlos corre 5 kilómetros todos los días. Our fourth verb, to sell. Vender. For example, I sell food in the market. Yo vendo alimentos en el mercado. And our fifth and final regular ER verb, to fear. Temer. For example, he fears spiders. Él le teme a las arañas. Now, we're going to take a look at irregular verbs. Irregular verbs are verbs that don't follow the normal conjugation pattern we covered at the beginning of this video. This can be tricky, but there is a pattern you can learn when it comes to remembering the conjugation of irregular ER verbs in the nosotros, we form. To explain further, we're going to use the example entender, to understand, in the simple present tense. You'll notice that each conjugation except first person plural nosotros keeps the same pattern of change. Entiendo, entiendes, entiende, and entienden. However, the conjugation for nosotros, we, maintains the core of the infinitive form of the verb entendemos. Almost every irregular ER verb will follow this pattern except the verb ser and haber. Now that you understand conjugation, let's look at the most common irregular ER verbs in Spanish that you should know. First up, to be or not to be, that is the question. We're looking at to be or ser. For example, we are friends since we were children. Nosotros somos amigos desde niños. Next up, to have or haber. There is a lot of food in the fridge. Hay mucha comida en la nevera. Third is to have or tener. For example, she has to work tomorrow. Ella tiene que trabajar mañana. Our fourth verb is one that's used every day, hacer, which means to do or to make. They do their work on time. Ellos hacen su trabajo a tiempo. Número 5, to know, conocer. For example, I know that place. It's very nice. Yo conozco ese lugar. Es muy bonito. For 6, we have to understand or entender. For example, you understand Spanish very well. Tú entiendes muy bien el español. And hopefully you will after this video. 7, to read, leer. I read the newspaper every morning. Yo leo el periódico todas las mañanas. 8 is want, querer. For example, do you want to go to the pool tomorrow? ¿Quieres ir a la piscina mañana? Our 9th verb is to put, poner. For example, you always put your coffee cup in the office. Tú siempre pones tu taza de café en la oficina. Número 10, we have to come back, volver. For example, when are you coming back to college? ¿Cuándo vuelves a la universidad? Phew! All right, That's a lot of irregular verbs, and there's still so much more to come. As you can see so far, almost every irregular verb except ser and haber has been following the conjugation patterns we explained earlier. Before we take a look at the rest of the irregular verbs, make sure to hit the subscribe button to get more great Spanish lessons like this one. And if you want to learn even more verbs, check out our other video on 44 AR verbs. Continuing with ER verbs. Number 11, to bring, traer. You bring the food to the house. Tú traes la comida a la casa. For 12, we have to know, saber. For example, I know how to speak Spanish. Yo sé hablar español. Use your eyes for number 13, to see, ver. For example, we do not see any problem. Nosotros no vemos ningún problema. And we like to move it for 14. To move in Spanish is mover. For example, she moves her body when listening to the music. Ella mueve su cuerpo cuando escucha la música. Number 15 is to fall, caer. For example, my uncle fell out of the chair, but he's okay. Mi tío se cayó de la silla, pero él está bien. 16 is to protect, proteger. I protect my family. Yo protejo a mi familia. Our 17th irregular ER verb is caber, which means to fit. For example, we do not fit in the car. We'll call a taxi. No cabemos en el carro, ¿eh? Llamaremos a un taxi. 18, to be born, nacer. My son is born next week. Mi hijo nace la próxima semana. Verb 19, to seem, parecer. For example, the situation seems normal. La situación parece normal. Our 20th verb. In English, when we say to be able to or can, in Spanish, we only use the verb poder. For example, I am able to go next week or I can go next week is yo puedo ir la próxima semana. What's that smell? Smells like we're almost there. Number 21 is to smell, oler. For example, the wine smells exquisite. El vino huele exquisito. And finally, we have to dawn, which is amanecer. For example, we can go to the pool if the sun comes up. Podemos ir a la piscina si el día amanece soleado. And that's all the common ER verbs that you need to know in Spanish. Be sure to check out our full guide where you can get a list of the verbs we covered and some practice questions to test your knowledge. Link is in the description below. And if you want to practice these verbs or other Spanish grammar, then why not schedule your first class with a BaseLang teacher today? At baselang.com, you get access to unlimited one-on-one Spanish classes with native-speaking teachers, all via Zoom. Try your first week for only $1. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. If you're on a roll with learning Spanish verbs, be sure to check out our other video with 30 of the most common IR verbs.